Hello, Zeb here again. Today we're gonna rank Jethro Tull. And first I'll quickly go through the compilations and live albums, which is not on this list. Living in the Past, a fantastic compilation of single songs, B-sides, and some live stuff. The first official best of, MU, the best of Jethro Tull. This have a couple of alternative mixes, Teacher and Aqualung, and I think Locomotive Breath. And there's one exclusive song on this release called Rainbow Blues, an outtake from War Child, which is very good. Second best of, repeat, best of Jethro Tull, Volume 2. Both of these are incredibly good as starters points for Jethro Tull, and you can find these pretty cheap. Also this one, Living in the Past. If you buy all of these three, you will get sort of a good overview of early Jethro Tull and things released. A lot of them only as EPs. This one adds an outtake called Glory Road, which also is very good. Their first live album, Bursting Out, I want to be including this. But I'll tell you, this is the version to get, and not the one disc or the later one. The standard, I guess late 80s, early 90s fat box is the one to go. I haven't got this box set, but I got the one CD distillation of it, and this includes quite a lot of nice, a mixture of BBC sessions, unreleased songs, live version of classics. Also a very fun album. Jethro Tull in concert, 1995. 1991. Sorry, released 95. Again, I won't be ranking any of these. Jethro Tull, a little light music, which I enjoy very much. Here they kind of strip it all down, and they don't. Well, it's a great show, but it's not like over the top. It's more like an Jethro Tull acoustic concerts. And I won't be including the box set, which disc 1 is remixed versions, and this is a weird one, because this was the first sign of the remix pre-Steve Wilson, and these are very dated remixes done in 92, 93. The drum sound is like very 80-ish, and there's lots of effects on the vocals on this one, but it's a curio, and I don't love the remixes, but they are kind of fun to listen to. And the first officially released version of Carnegie Hall, New York City, 1970. This was also included on. It was also included and probably remixed. If you got this version of Stand Up, complete concert here, and that concert is fantastic. And the third disc is the Beacon bottom tapes, more acoustic live in the studio. This is a very good companion to A Little Light music. And the last disc from the set is Potpourri, live across the world and through the years. And here we have some incredibly good stuff. Here's the booklet that came with it. I won't be looking through that one now. That would take way too long time. I'm not adding Nightcap, even if I love the unreleased Chateau de Disaster tapes. And also CD2 has some very interesting outtakes from War Child and from Broadford and the Beast and so forth. I'm not adding Living with the Past, which is a very good live album from 2001, and a couple of other things on it. I am not adding Rupee's Dance by Ian Anderson, which I in fact prefer over .com and maybe the Christmas album. Here's a good best of if you don't know too much about Jethro Tull. You get some deep cuts, you get some hits, and they focus on the acoustic side of Jethro Tull. This one also have a couple of songs unreleased prior to this compilation. I won't be including the fantastic Homo Eroticus, which to me is just as Jethro Tull as the last two, Rock Flute and Celatine. This is better. To me, this is even better. And he should, I don't know, this is just as much Jethro Tull as their later ones. The same goes for this, Thick as a Brick 2, released under Jethro Tull's Ian Anderson. And this is also a very fun album. Jethro Tull Aqualung Live, a very decent considering Ian Anderson's voice is kind of shot. This was done in 2005 and it works very well in my ears. I won't be adding Nothing Is Easy, Live at the Isle of Wight, 1970. It's a fantastic concert, which you all should know. Alright, let's go into it, and I'll do this as quick as possible. Last place, it is Rock Island. Many fans tend to agree with me that this is an album which isn't that good. It opens up with one of their worst songs ever, Kissing Willie. But there are a couple of good songs on it. Another Christmas song is good, and the last song, Strange Avenues, is also a very good song. And that tune is kind of a follow-up to the title cut Aqualung. Little fun facts. But yes, overall this isn't good. But the two songs I mentioned, I like very much. Next up is Catfish Rising. This is Jethro Tull going blues again, more or less. Some good rockers, some good blues songs, some terrible songs like This Is Not Love. In a way, to me, this feels like Jethro Tull on autopilot, more or less. But it's nice to. Some of the songs are very good, and it's nice to hear them kind of going back to the blues, which they were a blues band. Then we have Under Wraps, many people's all-time low least liked album, and there has been quite some talk about trying to add real drums onto it. I'm not sure that will happen, but it would maybe benefit from it. Lap of Luxury, it is an okay song. European Legacy, it's okay. Later that same evening, it's okay. Saboteur is a weird, quirky little number, and it is okay. Nobody's Car, it is decent. And then we get the only true masterpiece on this album, called Under Wraps 2. And this is just a 2-minute no drum machine kind of song, and it saves the entire album, in my opinion. I weren't sure if I should add it or not, the Jethro Tull Christmas album, but I found out that over half of the songs here are in fact new songs, and of course they give you a couple of classics, old classic songs like A Christmas Song, Another Christmas Song, God Rest You Merry Gentlemen, Jack Frost and the Hooded Cow. You get Weathercock, you get Fire at Midnight, you get Bourrée, and the rest of the songs are either traditional songs or newly written Jethro Tull songs. And yes, I'm not adding Rökflute, and I'm not adding Salute Gene in my ranking, but they are way down. They are probably after Catfish Rising, so they're third and fourth worst. JethroTull.com, many people place this very low, and I think it's a little unfair because it's maybe their best album since Crest of a Nave, in my opinion. This is an album which is kind of easy to play through. The only song I would say is bad is Hot Mango Flush, but there are great songs like Hunt by Numbers, El Nino is good, Nino is great, .com is good, Spiral is good. It's a good album, at least considering it's 1999. We're moving on. I'm trying to be quick here. Christopher Nave comes next. It opens up with a song called Steel Monkey, which, okay, it's an okay song, but it's not, it's not quite Jethro Tull in a way. It sounds more like a weird avant-garde 80s pop band or something like that. Then Farmland Freeway, it's decent. Jumpstart, I never loved that tune. But you get the beautiful song Budapest, which in fact I think Ian Anderson have told the fans is one of his all-time favorite songs. And on this album you get a bonus track called Part of the Machine, which also is very good, but that tune was not recorded for Christopher Nave, it was in fact recorded for the box set. Next up is It's Too Old to Rock and Roll, Too Young to Die. And I feel a little bad for placing this so low, because there are some really good songs on this album. Quiz Kid is okay, Crazed Institution is okay, Salamander is one of the highlights. Big Dipper is very good, decent. The only truly bad song is the title cut, Too Old to Rock and Roll, Too Young to Die. The rest is pretty decent. Moving on. Then next we have the Broadford and the Beast, or Broadford and the Beast, which was a kind of return to form for many Jethro fans after the album A, which I again like very much. Highlights here are Fallen on Hard Times, Pussy Willow is very good, Watching Me, Watching You is also very good, and there are tons of bonus tracks on this edition and on other box sets, and also on the forthcoming Steve Wilson Big Box. Next up, it is Roots to Branches, a highly underrated Jethro Tull album, which was released 1995. Songs worth mentioning, well, I kind of like the entire journey on this album, but if you are gonna check only one song out, either Roots to Branches or Rare and Precious Chain. If you wanna dive a little bit deeper, check out another Harry's Bar. It is a fine album. And now we're in number 12. And number 12 goes to Heavy Horses. I know some people rank this higher, and trust me, it is a very good album. This now we are in the in Jethro Tull's what I consider cream of the crop. All of the coming albums are excellent. Do I need to go through any of these songs? The Mouse Police Never Sleeps, Acres Wild, No Lullaby, Rover, Weathercock. It's a great album. At 11th place, we got This Was, the debut album by Jethro Tull. And this is more or less a combination of blues, psychedelia, not prog, but maybe a touch of it. I'm not sure. Again, this album I like mostly every song. My Sunday Feeling, Someday the Sun Won't Shine For You, Beggar's Farm, Serenade to a Cuckoo, Dharma for One, A Song for Jeffrey. It is a very, very decent debut album. Next up, 10th place, yes, it's A, the album which were supposed to be Ian Anderson's first solo album, but the record label wouldn't allow that, sadly, because it should have been a solo album in many ways. We all know the story about this period. Songs worth mentioning here is Filingdale Flyer, Workin' John, Workin' Joe, Black Sunday. All of these three are excellent songs. Others worth mentioning, I kind of like the B-side too, Protect and Survive, Batteries Not Included, Uniform, Four Wheel Drive. I think it's a very decent album. Next up, yes, it's War Child, which I also love very much. On here, they kind of go back to more standard song related music after Passion Play and Thick as a Brick. And again, this is an album I love every song from, even Bungle in the Jungle, but that's a song I never need to hear again. But I never skip it. When I put this on, I play it all the way through, every time. Let me count. At number 8, we have Stormwatch, a highly underrated Jethro Tull album. What to say about this album is that most of the songs are incredibly good. North Sea Oil, Orion, Home, Dark Ages, Old Ghost, Dun Runghill, Flying Dutchman. It's a fantastic album. And yes, I like it more than Heavy Horses. I could have interswitched Songs from the Wood and Stormwatch, but I went for Songs from the Wood after. And this is universally loved, I guess. Of course you get songs like Songs from the Wood, Jack and the Green, Hunting Girl, Velvet Green, The Whistler, Pip Rock, Cap in Hand. It's a great album. It's a folk prog masterpiece. And at 6th place, I place Stand Up, which is their second album. For many, their first, because here they move away from the blues and do more folk music and more prog stuff. Again, every song is great. A New Day Yesterday, Jeffrey Goes to Leicester Square, Bourré, okay, the Bach song, I never need to hear that one again. Back to the Family, fantastic. Look into the Sun, fantastic. Nothing is Easy, great stuff. Fat Man, brilliant. We Used to Know, fantastic. Reasons for Waiting, brilliant. And it ends with For a Thousand Mothers, which is probably in my top 10 all-time Jethro Tull songs. Top 5, Thick as a Brick. Yes, of course I could have placed it higher. I could, but I've listened to this album so many times. So for today, it goes as my 5th place. 4th place, I'm placing Benefit, which is a masterpiece. And I see I have low battery, so I'll be really quick. Top 3, Minstrel in the Gallery. Top 2, Aqualung. And at the very top 1, it is A Passion Play by Jethro Tull, which is an acquired taste for many. Some love it, some don't love it. There's a DVD around the world, it's great. There's a DVD and CD, Madison Square Garden, it is also very good. We have the box set of R, which also I love. Stormwatch the box. This is one to get. Disc 2 is full of beautiful outtakes and longer version. Heavy Horses, the box edition. And yes, if some of the stuff which was released as a bonus track on this, if they rejigged, if they released Heavy Horses a little differently, it would rank higher. The box set for Too Old to Rock and Roll, Too Young to Die. And this one is also very interesting. You get a lot of outtakes. You get the complete concert on CD and DVD, which they did for a TV special. Passion Play, the box. This is amazing because CD2 is the complete Chateau de Hérouville sessions. And they've removed some of the flutes. It was on the Nightcap edition. And the last one for now, Benefit, the box set, which includes 2 fantastic live concerts and also a disc full of various mixes and things. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed my ranking. I'm sorry for being so quick in the end, but I haven't got battery. So see you in the next ranking. Goodbye.